Hi, ho, everyone. My name is Mr.Fruit, and welcome back to the GG Over Easy podcast episode Q&A.
Yeah.
Because we're finally, ideally, gonna catch up on Q&A, which some deemed impossible, myself included. But there's a time and place for everything. The world is a beautiful mystery. Unlike the follow up to my Pokemon card story, I talked with my cousin,
Uh,
reached out again. Just double check. Like, hey, yo. So just like, those cards I sent you, there's like, you got any left? And he responded and he's like, hey, what's up, man? Um, actually, yeah, I think. I'm at work, but wait until I get home. And I'll check the gaming storage or whatever. And I'm like, huh?
aiming
I'm
storage
like,
is like you think like it's
yeah.
he's got it. Like
I'm like, oh my God. Like, he's got something. Cause he's not like, no, I don't think he's like, yeah, I think I still got some. Let me go look. So
the gaming
immediately
storage.
I'm sitting there like, "Don't give me hope. Don't do it." I was expecting to be like, "Ah, we don't have those anymore." Just like let me down easy. But he's like, "Let me go home." So I'm like, "Oh, sheesh. I wonder what he's got. Wonder how much." Now hold up here.
Yeah.
And I mentioned that last week, and some people were like, "Yo, if I like, you think your cousin's just gonna like give them to you, or like, if
I
I was
would.
Mr. Root's cousin, I'd be like, aha, sorry." So I'll let you know. I asked him, and then I reached out, and I was like, yeah, if you still have any, and you still have a good bit, then I'll pay for them. Of course, it's only fair because I gifted it to him a while ago, so they're technically his. So I was like, I will pay you, um, depending on what you have, and I'll have you guys know. He would have goes, "There's no need to do that, man."
I respect
So
that.
everybody had. I was still going to give him some money if he had cards,
That's family.
regardless of what he said. But I have yeah, he's just like, dude, don't even worry about it. They're yours. So you know, I knew my cousin. He's just a nice guy like that. So he says that, eventually goes home, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, hey, man, bad news. Yeah, they're all gone. Except for two cards. He said there's still Eradicate and a Metagross. That's it. I gave him a lot more cards than that. Let me tell you that. Uh, and the tragic story is indeed my aunt gave them away, which I'll have you know is that aunt I bonded with recently over Game of Thrones and stuff. The audacity. Okay. Little did I know I was bonding with an imposter.
We're all busy, right? Between busy schedules and summer plans, sometimes all you've got is a couple of minutes. That's where Factor comes in. Factor helps me eat smarter with tasty, shelf prepped meals that are dietitian proof and delivered right to my door. And now, more than 65 weekly meals are made for how I live and how I like to eat. I love using Factor, and you should love it too. And I know you will if you give it a try. There's more variety in their meals. They support your wellness goals, and they have so many flavors to choose from, like the Asian inspired meals with bold flavors influenced by China, Thailand, and more. 97% of customers that say Factor has helped them live healthier lifestyles. So what could you be waiting for? Eat smart at factormeals.com/GG50 off and use code GG50 off to get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. That's code GG50 off at factormeals.com for 50% off your first month plus free breakfast for 1 year. Get delicious, ready to eat meals delivered with Factor. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto renewing subscription purchase.
I can't believe this. How could she do this to me?
Did you
But she
kill
gave
her?
it away. I'm thinking about it. But if he didn't kill her, then I shouldn't kill her because I'm gutted. But dare I say maybe he's more gutted because his aunt also gave away his entire gaming collection. And I didn't know at the time, but in recent years, he's been collecting, or the past like 10-ish years, collecting and trying to build up like a vintage collection of comics and consoles and games. So he had a whole bunch of old Marvel comics, including a bunch of like pretty original Spider-Mans. He had original consoles like Super Nintendo, N64, PS1, some of those. Bunch of N64 games, the classics, PS1, all that stuff. And she straight up just gave them all away to these two kids. Um, including my cards. And her reasoning apparently was these two younger kids she knows, and I guess they didn't have something or other, and so she's like, I wanted to give them something to play with. And my cousin tried to point out that these aren't things you play. Like these are collectibles. These are vintage. They're not toys, so to speak, anymore. And so I said, well, who'd you give them to? And she told him the mom he gave them to. So he went to go find that mom, talk to her, and she naturally goes, "Oh, I already pawned them off." Great. So then he goes to the pawn shop right after that, and the pawn shop goes, "We already sold them." So they're all gone. Who knows where? And they didn't even end up getting the kids. They just were sold, and now they're in the ether. So a tragic story, end of that story, but it is what it is,
That is
and that's how
pretty.
we start the podcast on a high note.
Yeah. Uh, I did complete the Waffle House challenge before we start Q&A. That was pretty awful. For those that don't know, I got last place in my fantasy football league, and on Monday, I had to spend 24 hours in a Waffle House. But every waffle that I ate took an hour off the timer. So I stuck with my original pace, which was just eat one waffle an hour. Because if you average that over a consistent time, you'll be done in about 12 hours. So I ate 12 waffles in 12 hours. And it was one of the worst experiences I've ever done. At least the people, the employees at the Waffle House were really cool. Had an interesting interaction though. So basically, hold on, I gotta close this for my kittens.
Those that want the rest of the story too, he did live tweet it. So you can go to his Twitter and catch up on all of it.
Yeah. So at one moment, the morning crew and the afternoon crew, like switch, so I wanted to make sure the waitress who was working in the morning got my tip. So I closed out my tab with her. And then the second people come and they're like explaining what I'm doing to the second people. And one of the guys like, damn, you got to spend 24 hours here. And I was like, yeah, like it's whatever. He goes, that's hella long. I've only worked. He's like, one time though, I worked here for 48 hours straight. I was like, damn, dude, that's really crazy. He's like, yeah, I was on meth, but like I still did it. And he's like, you want me to make that waffle for you? And I was like, sure. So the dude who loves meth was making my waffles. And then at one point too, he started making this weird like makeshift spinning bottle of ketchup tool instead of work. It's very interesting. He's a nice guy. Made decent waffles, but yeah, kind of interesting that uh you know you hear about Waffle House like, oh, people meth, blah blah blah, drugs, crazy people. It's like, oh, it's probably not like
And
that,
it
but
is.
it kind of, yeah, it fits that stereotype really well.
God
Uh,
bless.
yeah, it is a struggle, man. I wanted to order something so much different than waffles. At one point though, waffle 7. So what I would have to do in order to like get through it, I would chew on the pancake or chew on the waffle and then take a big thing of water, swish it in my mouth a little bit till I just had batter in my mouth essentially, then swallow it basically whole. So I took a really big honker bite and I was swishing in my mouth and I almost like choked and my body was like kind of like fighting. One of the great things about Waffle House, though, it had individual bathroom stalls, so it wasn't like shared, like so I just got to go in there and absolutely throw up. And that was easily one of the hardest things I've ever done. But for the integrity of my fantasy football league, it had to be done. So now when
You're a
people
man of
get
your
last
word.
place, yep. Now when the people get last place, they'll say, hey, the commissioner of the league did it. That means I gotta do it.
People did have some tech though on like ways to mid max, I guess. But the first thing you need to do, I guess, is ask for them to uh almost like burn the waffle to like really cook it. Because then it takes out as much possible moisture and water from it as you can. So then you're consuming less water, and then also to drink as little water to drink as little as possible.
Oh,
I know you're probably doing it to help it go down because it was just dry and tough.
yeah.
Uh, but you want to do as little as possible because otherwise, yeah, you fill up the stomach. I forget what it was doing. People were mentioning because like when you do it, you're supposed to only drink so much after like 2 to 3 hours of eating. Otherwise, yeah, it could cause upset stomach, but then the feeling of fullness quicker and all this sort of stuff. So I guess there's probably some min max thread out there for those who have done this because there are others, which is bizarre. But
Yeah,
hey, you guys are keeping Waffle House in business,
hey,
so
that's what they told me. They're like, "This is not the first time we've heard this, so good luck."
which is so weird.
You're not the first person being hazed
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
at this age, so
So we're gonna just smash out Q&A, and then once we're done with Q&A, I'll tailor the Q&As every week to our guests that join us. MC534 says, "What are you guys' thoughts on Google's new AI VO3?" I don't like mess with AI like at all. Like I don't like put prompts in it like, "Hey, make this picture for me," or any sort of thing. So, I mean, it's cool, I guess. I don't know.
Admittedly, I don't really know much about it. I'm kind of out of the like whenever they take over, they'll take then I'll know.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll know about the AI. If it's cool, cool, or if it's actually helpful. But
AI. Hold on, I'm gonna look this up because I am a boomer when it comes to AI. But then again, I am also ethical. So,
I prefer to just ask Grok how I feel about everything.
Grok, dude, AI psychosis is like one of the craziest things to come in. Dude, ew, AI VO3 is disgusting. Nah, this is messed up.
Why?
It's just a video tool to make like the most AI created.
uh,
Mm, I see.
Like
I'm getting replaced soon. I know that.
like there's this one. It's like street, like those street interviews in like New York. There's basically this AI tool.
Oh, is that like the? I remember seeing those where it'd be like,
what's it like dating in New
it,
York? Fine.
well, it was like
Oh.
it would be like Moses, but it was like, "Hey guys, just here. God just talked to me in this blazing bush. It was crazy, dude. He tells me I got to take these slaves and we got to like cross the river. I don't know how I'm gonna do this." And then it cuts, and he's like, "Dude, you won't believe this. Like the river's opening up," and so it's mimicking like a selfie cam, but then it's like historical. And I have seen some of the stuff it can do. The voice definitely needs some work, but honestly, I mean, some of the visuals, it is kind of like, man, we're cooked.
It's getting there. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah,
It's
we're
bad.
we're cooked. And then the worst part too was some of them. I was like, that was funny. I was like, gosh, dang it. Granted, most of
Yeah.
it was prompted by a human, but still, I'm like, God,
Yeah.
It started with the AI mukbangs, and I was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna die."
Uh,
mukbang.
Sean Bond says, "Howdy, gang. With confirmation that Persona 4 remake is in the works, are you interested in trying out the series? I feel like Blue and Fruit would enjoy it for its Pokemon style, gotta catch 'em all gameplay, and Rob would maybe like the Persona Fusion aspect of the games. Much love." Um,
They're just so long, and
I
there's
have
so
no
much
desire to play
story.
JRPGs. I'll be honest.
I'm sure they are fun, but like P5 or whatever is like 100 hours or something. And then if I were to play it, but
Wait,
then
how
I'd
long?
probably at some point get bored, and then I just skip the dialogue. Everyone's like, "Bro, that's like half the game," and I'm like, "Bro, I can't sit here and listen to him talk in school for another couple hours, or whatever, man. Like, I gotta, or like all this because you guys know me. I don't do well with that unless I'm really invested. Like, Kingdom Come Deliverance was an exception, which, by the way, is getting an update where you get to own your own blacksmith forge and then
I
mix
did
and then
see
like
that
upgrade it.
on Gamescom.
Oh,
I know you
oh
were
yeah.
hyped about that. I literally was like watching that. I was like, a game where you're just a blacksmith, and then it said like Kingdom Come Deliverance. I was like, oh,
That's
cool.
just part of a bigger game. Oh my, that hidden Rizzler back at it again, bro. Uh, which I guess real quick then, yeah. Blue, did you watch Gamescom?
I did watch Gamescom.
Okay, so we can go through I guess real quick our first or just like things that stood out to us. For me, it was wow. Hollow Knight actually is real. I need to, or no, Silk Song is, and now I need to actually finish Hollow Knight. Ghost of Yotei. I keep hearing it different. I'll figure it out later. Looks sick. The Kingdom DLC, absolute peak in cinema. And then there was like like one or two roguelikes slash indie games that I wish listed that looked promising. Moonlighter 2, October late release. October is gonna be cooked, bro. Um, there's so much going on that month. But then honestly, everything else, I think there might have been like one or
Resident
two.
Evil looked
Oh, the
dope.
Sekiro anime. Sekiro anime sick. I don't like horror games though, so like love that for everyone else.
Also,
Um,
I'll say it. The
yeah.
Sekiro anime style, didn't like it. I don't like the style.
Boo,
Yeah, I don't like the style.
boo. But
Looks
that's fair.
like looks boo boo keys. Looks bad. Like I'm a CGI anime guy. Sorry, I don't like.
Okay, that is crazy. That's crazy.
No, it just looks like old. You know. Oh, Blue, you got Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
Miyazaki right now, like
yeah, that was the only thing that mattered. We got the FF14 and Monster Hunter crossover, which I know a lot of you guys were super
yeah.
excited for to see. And so it was really, really cool to see everyone so excited and say, wow, I cannot believe Monster Hunter X Final Fantasy 14 won Gamescom 2026 and 7 and 8 and 9. So yeah, it's gonna be really exciting to see you guys back on Final Fantasy 14 and Monster Hunter to check out that collaboration, guys. So can't wait to play it with you.
I was watching that and I was like, that's insane. That's like both the blues. Like I was like, he's got to be pogging wherever he
I
is. You
literally
know,
was like, he's
even if
coming
he's
in his
not
pants
currently
somewhere.
watching, he probably feels something like, oh my
Yeah,
god,
like his Spidey sense.
like yeah.
Yeah, I was hitting fucking nut blasts. It was awesome.
Hmm.
I'm excited. The only problem is Monster Hunter optimization is still really bad. Like I have to use borderless. God, what's it called? Like a basic.
Borderless
I
full screen
basically it's a Steam thing.
or
Hold on,
windowed or
I can grab it right now. Actually, borderless,
Steam Big Picture.
borderless. Not Steam Picture. It's basically like a thing on Steam where you can like basically like do frame gen.
Okay, yeah.
It's I forgot what it was called, but
I was
it's
joking about that during the presentation, where it's like coming out, hey guys, Monster Hunter Wilds here. We're still not gonna optimize the
lossless.
game. We already got your money. Thank you. So anyway,
Yeah, lossless scaling. Every time I play Monster Hunter, that's the only game I have to put lossless scaling on so I can like actually get like a stable 60. So I'm it's crazy that this game has been out this long and it still runs so bad. That's a lot of the reason I don't really want to even boot it up because I just don't want to deal with it. But yeah, I'm excited for 14 and Monster Hunter, and it was
Yeah.
a fun time.
So we'll go back to Q&A here. Johnny
yeah, sorry.
Appleseed says, if you're a ruler or a noble in the medieval era, what would your dream castle look like? Some castle, the
first off,
castles you see in Elden Ring, like super gothic looking. I think that's like
Ooh.
like I think super gothic looking castles are
Same,
so cool.
same. Some like Catholic cathedrals, dude.
Yeah, like
As
where
much
did we
as
lose the
like
sauce?
Some Vatican style Rome shit. As much as I'm scarred by Catholicism, doing crazy shit to my brain,
so you're
man.
also circumcised. Cool.
Not quite,
Scar. Okay.
but
Oh, you're not.
no, my parents.
Scarred. Whatever, man. Like that. I think that was pretty good, but whatever.
Yeah, but like it doesn't work when
Oh,
I
I
still
see
have
the
my.
double entendre there.
Yeah, no, that was good, but like I can't lie. I can't be like, "Ha, yeah, scarred," because
Just go back to the castle.
this is a high quality podcast, y'all.
That's right.
Yeah, as much as I'm scarred from Catholicism, goddamn, can we do some insane architecture?
Well, I don't know where to begin because I'm a enjoyer of most castles. I guess, I don't know, something crazy out there, boom. Think like Dracula's castle, but with a moat. So it's still flying and moving, but somehow it's got a flying moat. Every
Okay.
good, respectable castle has a moat. And that would be, yeah, one of the most important things. And then I obviously would make sure we still have one of the poop offshoots. Um, Little towers where you can just send out the or excrement. That would, yeah, probably mine.
Pop Kurt says, "You guys are adults. How'd you learn how to do taxes?" I hired a CPA.
Yeah, I hired my local H&R Block guy. Get an
Talked to my
accountant, dude.
parents. Yeah, and they're like, well, my mom had to learn how to do it all by herself for the company my dad started a while back. So she's like, "Here, what you do," and then I was trying to do it, and I was like, "This is too much." And then she's like, "Okay, well, we use an account now anyway." Uh, well, she's like, "If you want to save some money or whatever," but I was like, I'm gonna lose money at this point.
But then you can
So,
claim the CPA on your taxes. No, you can claim that.
yeah. So it's still stupid though. It's a scam, and it should not be that difficult. And they only do it because otherwise
I like how the
there wouldn't
government's
be in that
like,
industry.
you can guess, but like if you don't, jail. Uh
Yeah.
Caraxi says, "What is one example of a content creator that you used to love that had a huge downfall? And what is one example of a content creator that you used to love and you still do?" For example, I grew up watching H3H3, and well, we know what he's doing now. And then I also grew up watching Donkey, and after 11 years, I still love watching every video. Huh. A creator that I've loved, or someone that I used to like that kind of. I mean, H3H3 is like someone that comes to mind for me. You know, Miss Rachel used to do banger content, but I feel like her content has just kind of come down lately. You know, I feel like she's just appeasing to the 2-year-olds instead of her 4-year-old audience. I think since watching that.
How could
Or
she?
Blippy. I don't know if you guys have watched Blippy. His content has kind of I
I
don't know.
would say there's there's got to be a good example of someone I used to, but the thing is, I didn't have a lot of people I like love to watch. The one I can think of is like CNanners, and while he's not making as much content as he did, bro is unproblematic, thriving, living, hydrated in his own lane. So I love that for him, and he'll still upload whenever he feels like it. So still happy with him. Thankfully, he didn't turn out. I guess one I could think of is like Tobuscus.
Oh
Um,
yeah, he
I
had like
didn't
recently had like a
I didn't watch like a ton. I'd seen some, but I do remember on one of like the early Dream Teams. I think it might have been like one of our Blue and Eyes duo Crimson doubles or
Yes,
something.
it was our Crimson Doubles, and we were, like, shocked because we were like, "Dude, Tobuscus just commented on this duo's Destiny video. Like, what is
Especially
this
at the
for
time,
real?"
he was way bigger and still relevant around this stuff. And I was like,
Yeah,
whoa,
and it was crazy. Yeah, and we were still, like, pretty. I mean, obviously, our videos were, like, in, like, the YouTube zeitgeist at that point. Like,
yeah.
we're kind of a big deal. We didn't realize how big of a deal we were because we were still like, it was so early for us, but yeah, it was crazy seeing that, and then, like, not even, like, 2 years later, he
oh okay.
And that's not so
did
poly because he
all that
commented.
stuff. Not so great
I
seeing
think
that Tobuscus comment anymore.
I really used to like Asmongold, like when he used to do like transmog
Oh,
offs and cool like
that's
wow
the one for me.
things.
That's the one for me, yeah.
Then it just
Is also fair.
had that weird like gamer gate griff turn thing. I don't know.
I feel like it all turned with the Johnny Depp trial.
Yeah,
I feel like
100%.
that's around when it really just
Sydney
shifted, and then he's
Sydney
like, "Wait."
literally was like, "Oh, that's like the guy that I watch like for all my Johnny Depp stuff." I was like, "Are you
I mean,
serious?"
he was
Like,
hitting stupid numbers during that.
He the it started with that, and then he was like, "Oh, my opinion. People like my opinion," even though he basically like didn't even really give an opinion on the Johnny Depp trial stuff. He kind of just reacted to
oh,
it, and people like pretty
Uh-huh,
like low quality
uh-huh.
reacts, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
that's crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
And then he just kind of like went like full mask off right wing, which I mean, Golds,
yeah, like
fuck you. But at the same time, well, not at the same time.
makes sense.
I really enjoyed his content when he was doing the WoW stuff, and because he would always have some random viral thing in WoW, and it was really funny. And then he came to 14, and I was like, "Oh, dude, this is great! Like, we finally have like a silly, goofy content creator." And then he fell off of that, and I was like, "Oh well, maybe he'll come back one day." But yeah, then it was the Johnny Depp trial, and it was just uh huh, and
I
it was like,
Whoa.
whoa, the React content in general wave, like coming out of like 2022, 2023 is like one of the worst things that's ever happened to so many content creators. So many people
I,
just hard
I hate
pivoting
it.
to low quality React content.
So anyway, go check out my new channel, Mr.Fruit
Mr. Fruit
Reacts.
reacts.
Well, I mean, speaking of React, there is one like YouTuber that like I used to watch. He used to make shorts, but Moist Critical, he used to make these kind of funny, wacky voiceover shorts. But then like just turned into like a React. But I've always enjoyed his content. Uh,
But
oh, go
I
ahead.
give credit to him. He's the right kind of React YouTuber. He doesn't just upload the video. Instead, he just talks about his thoughts or summarizes or like shares small clips and then extrapolates, which
He
is,
basically he basically does like not quite high quality video essays, but like just DIY enough that it's endearing. So I get it.
but it's actually transformative, which is
Yeah,
crazy, right?
yeah.
Imagine.
One Lax says if you had your own cologne line, what would it smell like and what would it be called?
I don't need to think about that because my favorite cologne is Dylan Blue by Versace, and it's already named pretty nicely and smells really good.
Uh, it's really hard to describe. Very nostalgic for me. And I couldn't tell you what exactly the smell is. And it always sounds weird when I say sometimes I smell it in trash cans
Th-
because then it sounds insulting because it reminds me of my best friend's house in Florida, Matt. Um, his house, like, I'll catch that whiff and it smells just like his house. And people are like, what? But it's weird because it's not a bad smell. It's almost like some combination of a trash that was just taken out, but now it's like a new scented garbage bag. And somehow the mixture is kind of a sweet smell. It's weird, and I catch it so very often. And then I'm like, oh my god, I'm back there. I'm like 6 again in his house. So I would capture that smell and call it the squirts.
MC534. I guess my cologne would literally just smell like the one from like Hollister. I love the smell of that one. I don't know what it's called, but like that one's
Axe spray, just that.
you want to smell like fuck boy? That's my smell.
MC534 says, what single piece of modern media do you think has influenced today's culture the most?
Ooh, that's difficult.
Yeah, it's kind of because that's so broad. Plus, I'll be honest, I'm not that in finger on the pulse with current
Skibbity
20
toilet.
minus. I was gonna unironically maybe say
It's hard
Skibbity.
to say. It's hard to say it's like one single piece of content nowadays because usually it's just like a wave of like people doing something similar, and then everyone starts hopping on the bandwagon, and it's usually like death by a thousand cuts of like so many people hopping on that as far as like culture goes. But like as far as like influencing like a
Just
one piece of media that influenced modern culture, I would say, damn,
The
I think
first
it's two
YouTube
things off the
video.
top of my head. Ooh.
Me at the zoo.
Me at the zoo. That's actually not like a bad contender, but that's more like a symbol of
Yeah, that's
yeah.
like it's
not
not really like
necessarily a piece of
influenced
media that changed
YouTube.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
For
I don't
me,
know
I have
because it's
two
like
off
in
the top
terms
of
of
my head.
what? Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I have two off the top of my head. One, I have no, but that's also like just like
9/11?
a death by a thousand cuts. I mean, yeah, that definitely did, but that's not really a okay. Well, I guess that is a piece of modern media. Fuck. Like a, all I think
JFK
about
getting
is like,
shot in the head?
no, that's not. No, there's this song I listened to recently, and it had literally had a lyric like "pop my pussy like JFK," and I was like, "Holy
There you
shit,
go.
bars, bars."
Yeah, yeah.
I was thinking like
Even JFK
CinemaSins.
in the graves, like, yeah,
Like, damn,
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
I was thinking like CinemaSins or like Marvel and how like okay, so like CinemaSins with how it's ruined movies and people are like super hypercritical and it's like, dude, suspension of disbelief, dude. Don't go into a movie to be like a fucking critic. And then like the Marvel thing where everyone is like cheering in theaters now and shit,
Oh
and it's like,
God, I hate it.
man, chill the fuck out, dude. But that's also like not like a single piece of media. That's like more like a collective thing. So I don't know. That's a
Bro, I went and
impossibly
saw
hard question.
real quick, little change. I went and saw Weapons, and the amount of people that are like, "Don't go in there!" Like, "Oh no!" Like it's like shut
Like,
the
shut the
Okay.
fuck up, dude.
yeah.
I saw that the other night. I didn't have anybody doing that, but I did have people going like, or like laughing at something because they just pooped their pants.
I mean, that's
Uh,
fine. But
Yeah.
like, don't be like trying to be
yeah,
part of the
Like, oh my
movie.
God, why are you doing that? Like, shut up.
Like you're
We
not part of the
don't.
movie, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only really had one offender of all the movies I've ever seen do that, and it was back during Looper on like my fourth rewatch in the theater. And I had some guy back there that was just like, "No, don't do that, man. Oh, come on. No way, that's not possible." Like just like director's commentary, and I'm just like, "Bruh, like what are we doing here, man?"
Like, bro, I know you're not getting enough attention from your wife at home, but don't take it out on me, man. Like,
And your wife's a body pillow.
yeah.
Uh,
Well, I have my thing. It might be more recent. I have like two, I guess. As a whole, I would say in quotations, entertainment news, which is a lot of the news people now consume, which has shifted
OJ.
specifically political culture uh, to be where it is and to just make people more hateful. But then it says piece of media,
Yeah,
so I
that's
don't know if this
hard.
is a cop out,
I can think of
but
collectives, yeah, but
I would say social media. And if we want to get specific,
yeah,
I guess like Facebook.
that's true.
That's where it started because then it led to stuff that we have now, like Twitter, TikTok, all that sort of stuff. Which, if you ask me, has social media has been a net negative, in my opinion. Um, the impact it's had on people's lives, culturally, mentally. Uh, I think at one point it was good, as most things start out, and it was a useful tool, helped people keep in contact and whatnot. But I think it's now been twisted. Uh, Corporations are using it to, practically control people. People feel addicted and their self worth is attached to it. It's absolutely debilitating to younger generations growing up. And so, probably that one.
You know what I will
Oh,
say?
go ahead.
You know what I will say that I do think is w possibly the most influential piece of singular modern media
A
is
Watch Mojo
is
top
Ray
10
J
list.
and Kim.
Ray J and Kim is insane. Holy shit, you are a freak, but I'm happy for you.
But like,
That where you get your inspiration from?
that's why I'm called Mr. Freak.
I would say GTA 5.
Okay.
That's true.
'Cause a
Especially
lot of
in,
people are like, the live service thing started in no, you wanna know the game that started the live service trend? It was everyone and their mom trying to chase whatever the fuck GTA 5's got going on. A lot of people forget about GTA 5 being a live service game
y'all got any of
because
them shark cards?
people still be on GTA 5.
My
Uh,
lord.
MC says, oh no, that was Johnny Appleseed says your company is buying office space in a 50-story skyscraper. And you get the corner office and with the floor to ceiling windows. What story would your office be on?
Probably the 69th floor.
112th floor.
I thought it was 50 floors.
Oh, I guess it is 50. I guess 50 then.
You both immediately just. Um, I don't know. That's tough. I those might be the thickest glass panes I've ever seen. If so, well, how big is like the corner office? Because if it's like my chair's probably up against the window, nah. But if it's like one of those cushier ones where I've got some space and maybe I can have my desk looking out, it's like a little far away, I can enjoy the view. But I just wouldn't get close to the windows. Otherwise, don't catch me above probably 10, frankly, even though that would still kill me if I fell, but maybe.
I like how you're thinking about if you fell. Like, what is this?
Well, that's because I that's what I'd be worried about. I'd look out and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna forget. Oh my God, what if it's gonna. That's what I'd be worried about.
MC says, so your personal game of the year questions for those who have both played Dune or Expedition 33.
I haven't played both, but for me, even with like Kingdom, loving it as much as I do, and even knowing my personal bias, like I think I mentioned as well as watching Gamescom, Ghost of Yote may end up being my game of the year just because of my bias and preferences. But I would still vote for Expedition 33. I think Expedition 33 should just win everything, pretty much. Like it's a generational game. The stuff they accomplished. For me, it's not even though like I played Kingdom, I'm like, this is already game of the year. That's crazy. And then I play Expedition 30 and I'm like, all right, well, there you go.
I mean, I haven't played either. So I mean, I played one, but I didn't play whatchamacallit, Expedition 33 yet.
That was the best part of Gamescom, though.
Oh, I'd skip
Console.
that.
What?
Yeah, I mean, going to the
Brother.
bathroom. Like, I got no love for the fine
Oh.
arts.
Bro, once you play that game, once you hear Minoko's theme, then talk to me. All right.
All right, nerd.
Sick, bro.
I'm gonna play it eventually, but the fandom has like low key kind of spoiled me on it. Not spoiled me like in a like the game or like the content or like the story. Like spoiled me in like
This game is the greatest game you've ever got. You gotta play, dude.
Yeah.
It'll never be the same game. Like, gaming will never be the same.
stands in the current age have like I didn't think stands could get any worse than like the COVID era. They're so much worse now. And stands of anything are just like, yeah, you're a fucking dumb fucking idiot if you don't think this is game of the year. Also kill yourself. And I'm just
That's
like, okay,
pretty
man.
much what
So
everyone said when I said I liked Dune a lot, and I liked it, and it was my.
yeah, and it's like, dude, yeah, it's my game of the year. Of course, I haven't played Expedition 33, but like, even if Expedition 33 is not my game of the year, like, chill out, brother. Like, relax.
Well, see, I
But
don't think
yeah,
it makes sense. You make a personal claim, my game of the year. That makes
yeah,
sense. Everyone's preference. But that's why I can objectively go, I think it should be clear Obscure Expedition 33. I think that's a little bit different where it's like, especially when people ask that too, and it's tough because it's like, I think this should win a game of the year. Have you played the other 4 titles on the thing? No. Well, then it's like tough to objectively be like, oh, I think. But I will say, stands can be pretty bad. But they are kind of spitting about Expedition 33. Even people were kind of hyping up, like Claire was hyping up when I played it, and I was like, yeah, okay. And then I played it, and I'm like, yeah, okay, you were right. But I do think as time probably passes, and people either just refuse to play or wait to play, or stubbornly be like, well, everyone likes it, and they don't. It might make it worse because then you're gonna go in either expecting to be blown away or expecting or like just trying to hate it one way or the other. Um, Whereas if you just go in completely blind, especially if they haven't ruined any story stuff, that's important. Um, I know they were really good about it, the community as a whole, the first couple of weeks or so. But yeah, that would be it for me.
Jimmy says least favorite multi-million-dollar company, and then on a
Fucking
highlighter
hell.
note, any funny stories to tell us late. Kind of told all the funny stories.
Least favorite multi-million-dollar company? Fucking all of them.
My least favorite one is the one whose net revenue is $2,001 because they like to flex the fact that they're a multi-million-dollar company. But like, for you, come on, man, you're bare minimum.
Damn, Mr.Fruit gatekeeping rich people.
I'm gatekeeping. Bro, if you're gonna be a multimillionaire, be a multimillionaire company, man. Okay. Sheesh.
I don't know.
Don't get me on a technicality.
There's so many. I guess they said multi-millionaire, not multi-billion, and I was like, there's so many.
Yeah, it's like every company. I don't know, man. I don't like a lot, but I don't have a list like I'm Arya Stark of like Google, Amazon.
Yeah, exactly.
Like all.
I don't have a list. I mean, most of them are pretty. I mean, I guess right now it would be. I don't fuck if I know, dude. Like that's hard. You're asking hard questions right now, guys. My brain hurt.
How about um, companies that lobby against uh, more sustainable energy to keep the Earth clean and to reduce global warming slash climate change?
I could tell you right now. It's pretty much always like near the top of that list is automotive companies for sure. Modern automotive companies are the reason why like our cities are not more walkable. So
I do like the NRA. I don't know if that's a company, but like a association.
Is
But
that what? It's quite literary association, but is
yeah,
it
right. Like it's not a company.
not? Is it a lobby or yeah? How
I
would
don't know.
you? I don't
Some
know.
bullshit. Golden Ghost says if you could get Titanfall 3, but to get it you have to crash an oil tanker ship into the Great Barrier Reef. Would you do it?
Sorry, Barry Reef. No, I wouldn't. I
uh,
would have just talked about saving the Earth, so
yeah,
that'd be pretty hypocritical.
I mean
I think about it though.
the sad part is with like Great Barrier Reef is already kind of on the way out, so I don't even think crashing an oil tanker wouldn't even be like the straw that broke the camel's back. It's more so just like stop, it's already dead type moment.
They
But
didn't
yeah,
say it had
I'm
to be full of oil though. Maybe
oh
it's coming
shit.
back and it just deposited, so
Oh shit.
it's just a shipwreck. You
Okay.
know,
Now there you go, trying to
I'm on
find
the technicalities.
Now you're cooking, brother. Now you're
And they didn't say how
cooking.
big it had to be. What exactly defines an oil tanker? Let's talk about it. Let's get the
uh
smallest possible ship with no oil on it, but it's called an oil tanker.
But yeah,
Titanfall 3,
nah.
here I come.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
yeah, no thanks. You can keep your Titanfall 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Cbon says, "What is your favorite mix of genres? For example, I'm a huge fan of sci-fi slash fantasy mix. I always like,
Um,
Um
sci-fi like fantasy, like some sort of like crazy space world type beat.
I'm fantasy plus pretty much anything. Um, which kind of also goes in line with like sort of any period piece plus any mashup, like Vikings, but then add some other genre or something. Or if we're speaking in terms of games, I think it'd be no surprise. Literally roguelike plus fill in blank. Pretty much there.
I do love me I don't know, everything I consume is some media fusion of genres. Uh fucking probably science fiction porn.
And you have Ray J and Kim to thank.
That's not science fiction. That's well, I mean, I
Well,
guess
That's where it all
you
started,
would
that
never.
and Overwatch.
yeah, that is pretty unrealistic body standard, so I guess it could be science fiction.
Johnny Appleseed says, if you had a bumper sticker on your car, what would it be? Baby on board.
Probably
Baby, baby on board, drive recklessly.
probably a screen cap sticker from the Ray J and Kim video.
Or like the coexist bumper sticker. You know that one where it's like,
Oh my
Yeah.
yeah,
god.
I'd probably that one.
Um,
Or like my other cat is an honor roll student or something like that.
uh, Usually I hate them, but I'll see the ones. You know how there's usually like things showing a family, like oh here's the dad and here's the
Oh
mom and here's the
yeah,
kids.
the dogs.
Uh, yeah, I don't know. I could probably do it with corgis though, like if I had to, or I just go all out. And why just do like a bumper sticker? Just do a whole vinyl wrap. You know what I'm saying? Not of that, but of something more tasteful, like waifus or something.
Yeah. Ben Blues was Ray J.
Probably no, not that. Now, see, now it's all a joke pick, and mine's gonna be lame. I'd put like some Pokemon or 14 sticker, but most importantly, I would put a screen cap of the Ray J X Kim Kardashian video.
Would you rather find? One lax says, would you rather or asks, would you rather find a person in your attic or 100 rats? Odd.
Dude, 100 rats.
Rats. I don't like that,
Person
but
is terrifying.
that is
People are
so
scary.
uncomfortable. Yeah,
Guess
that
100
would
rats,
leave
because
me
then it's like, okay,
unsettled
at
for
least
like my
that's
whole
supposed to
life.
be in there. But like,
That's a normal
I mean, it's not
thing that can
normal.
kind of happen. Well, no, but like an like rodents, a rodent problem. There's a problem for that. You call a pest. There's a dude in your house. You call the police. I mean, it's because it's like,
Yeah,
what are we
exactly.
doing here, man? It reminds me of that story, which I'm always paranoid about. In fact, that's so funny. Yesterday, I was in my bathroom looking up a vent, and I was like, what if somebody's looking down at me right now? I worry about this. I think it was in
Well,
like
Jesus
Japan or
is looking
something.
down on you.
Hallelujah. It was in Japan or something, and I think it was like this woman lived in this flat for the longest time. And at this point, it's probably been retold so many times, and I forget it that it's all. But the general gist is, kept finding just weird stuff. Like they lived alone in this flat, and weird stuff was going on, and like things would be missing, or like they'd find certain things around, but like it didn't make any sense until, and I guess it'd been like a year or 2 years or something. They eventually find out that somebody's just been living in their attic, like above them, and then when they're gone, would like come out, get some food, do whatever, and then try to
Terrifying.
like go back and hide. And yeah, and I'm just like, I would never feel safe again. I'd never feel protected.
Storm Virus says, if you had the choice to make a book series or a game series into a TV show, which would you choose? We've answered. Or
I think so. I think I said Republic Commandos.
the Star Wars one.
Yeah, because technically they had
Yeah,
Commando or
like
whatever, but
both.
it wasn't 1-to-1
Mm,
or ODST into the
yeah,
show that I talked about.
the Helldivers thing looks sweet with ODST.
Yeah.
It does look sweet.
I'd probably say ODST would be actually really cool. Up for that. Bloop.
Holy shit. What was the question?
What would
I was just thinking
you
about the
want to make
ODST
like
thing.
into like a book or TV series? I think or something.
No,
Like
book or game into a TV series.
yeah.
Probably the true story of the Ray J X Kim Kardashian video.
See what you did here, Mr.Fruit. You happy with yourself?
I can't be blamed for this, man. All right, he took
M-
and ran. All right.
MC says or asks, what is your favorite curse word?
Cunt. Uh,
I mean, I don't really use them, so
That's I know you do. I know deep down you have something in reserve.
something along.
I don't
Well,
know. Like,
I guess my favorite, just because my dad used to always say, like, they try not to cuss or whatever. Um, and for some reason, it didn't count because it was foreign, but he'd always say Scheiße because he knew German. So, and then it's like, Dad, we know what that means. Like, so it's not like
yeah, you're not getting
you can
around
just
it.
say it, man. Yeah, like I was at lunch. I think he's just giving up. I was with lunch the other day. He's just throwing like the F bomb. I'm like, see, it's like, what? Why are you still pretending around me? My brothers all cuss. My parents clearly but I guess because they're like, well, he doesn't cuss, so we can't. And I'm like, I'm not instilling my values. I'm not judging, but I am. How could you? Wow.
I'd say like the S word probably. Shit.
But in English,
Shiza.
Space says a bowl or a plate of spaghetti. Bowl of spaghetti.
Bowl, baby. A
I'm
bowl of spaghetti.
I'm a bowl stan.
yeah, I'll go plate. Typically have it in plates, on plates. Granted, it's like those like they're not just
It's
like
yeah, it's kind of a
flat plates.
little
There's a curve, right?
yeah.
So I guess at that point, what exactly is a bowl? Because maybe that's just a really
I think like
elongated
whatever
slider bowl,
can
but
if it can withstand milk and cereal, then you can count it as a bowl. You know what I mean?
I mean most plates can too. They still have lips, so then
No.
it's a matter of volume, how much water and milk,
No, you know what we mean. No.
and every plate has a dish. That's just what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No,
I
no.
understand, but I'm kind of with Blue as well. No.
Because if that was the case, you couldn't have any sauce on a plate because it would run out.
Well, it's not like the
And we need to.
I'm not. MC
You know?
says you got one round trip in a time machine. When and where do you go and why? Round trip, huh?
To the future where we've mastered time machines.
I'm gonna be so real about this because Family Guy did this once. I'm gonna stop at 9/11. I'm gonna see what the world looks like if 9/11 never happened.
If I
As
was
a
there, it wouldn't have
9/11
gone down like
veteran,
that.
as a 9/11 veteran, I have to say that
It wouldn't have gone. A 9/11 veteran,
I was.
Thank you for your service, soldier.
Welcome.
you're getting so much mileage out of that.
Yeah.
I don't.
You know, I mean, aside from the cop out of using it to go to the future where there's perfected time machines and then I can do it whenever I want. Because I guess that'd be difficult because I wouldn't know the actual time. I just try and pick the historical event or time period I'd like to see the most, which is hard to say. But it'd probably have to be some kind of old battle to just see something on that kind of scale. Obviously not be in it. No thanks. Just, like a little spectator. But yeah, there's a lot of historical times I would like to take a little peek in. Or like library. Well, first I'd have to brush up on my foreign languages like Latin, and then go back to when right before the Library of Alexandria burned down, and then actually get to see all they had, read as much as I could.
We're all busy, right? Between busy schedules and summer plans, sometimes all you've got is a couple of minutes. That's where Factor comes in. Factor helps me eat smarter with tasty, shelf prepped meals that are dietitian approved and delivered right to my door. And now, more than 65 weekly meals are made for how I live and how I like to eat. I love using Factor, and you should love it too. And I know you will if you give it a try. There's more variety in their meals. They support your wellness goals, and they have so many flavors to choose from, like the Asian inspired meals with bold flavors influenced by China, Thailand, and more. 97% of customers that say Factor has helped them live healthier lifestyles. So what could you be waiting for? Eat smart at factormeals.com/GG50 off and use code GG50 off to get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. That's code GG50 off at factormeals.com for 50% off your first month plus free breakfast for 1 year. Get delicious, ready-to-eat meals delivered with Factor. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. We'll do this question because it's mainly for you, Fruit, and then Blue and I will finish these rest. Popker says mainly a question for Fruit, but got a side question for the other boys. Fruit, like 3 years ago, you talked about how you went through the ketamine infusion therapy. So my question is, what were your thoughts on it so many years later? And for Rabby and Blue, you guys ever had a perspective changing trip from a high?
As for me, it was tough to say at first, because it was sort of gradual. It's not like a light switch moment. But what I did notice, especially after it was gone, that there was just I think, general better sense of well-being as a whole. Just kind of like the baseline went up a little bit. And then obviously that returned because it's not permanent or anything, and that's why people will go back for like boosters or whatever, like every year or whatever. If they find that it was helpful. I haven't gone back since. Um, but I wouldn't be against it because I do think I saw some um, general benefit from it. Plus, there were some moments during the actual trials themselves where there was like uh, some stuff that like I kind of mentally worked through while I was in it that just like I didn't even try to, but it just kind of happened, and then it kind of helped ease a bit of a mental burden. So yeah, I was happy with it. Maybe I'll do it again someday, but that's my takeaway from it. And now I gotta go. So good luck with the rest of the Q&A, boys.
Yep.
You're all beautiful. I love
Take
you.
it easy,
Godspeed.
bro.
Bye, stands. See.
Johnny Appleseed. Oh, about changing. I mean, yeah, obviously with like my accidents.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Any trip I've ever had usually changes my perspective because the only time I've ever done trips is like with my friends and like a group of friends, and you always like get like crazy deep talks and understanding of other people's perspective. So I'd say just about every single time I've had some perspective shift for sure.
Johnny Appleseed says, if you were put on trial in guilty as sock, what would your charges be, and which Dream Team member would you want as a lawyer?
Uh, Probably guilty for pushing a bit too far when it was already unfunny, like the Ray J Kim thing. Um, I would want Mr. Fruit to be defending me.
Mine would be illegally distributing the Gray J Kim Kardashian tape.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
and my lawyer is Daddle. Datto. Because he actually knows how to object. One
And he
lax
loves that. He
uh,
loves the Ray J Kim tape.
says 1,000 for every floor you can climb in an infinitely tall building of stairs. Once you have decided the number of floors you will climb, the catch is that you must climb the amount in 1 hour or less to be allowed to leave. No food, no water will be provided, and you are not allowed to take a break for 1 minute or longer. If you fail, you explode.
What? Okay, so $1,000 for everything, but also if
Yeah,
you just fucking die, like what?
yeah, you have an hour to get there or an hour to get back down or something.
This sounds like a fucked up Saw thing. I don't like this.
Yeah, I bet like
I mean, I could definitely do an hour of walking, but
yeah, get me like let me do like 50.
upstairs
Let me
is
do 50 stories. That's 50 flights of stairs. I could do that in an
that's
hour.
$50,000.
Yeah, like that's life changing. Like at least for me right now.
That's life changing for me at any point in my life. I could do 50 flights of stairs. I could do 50 flights of stairs.
C-Bon says, what game or game genre would you like to see in an animated movie or series? What the fuck? As a little bonus question, you can think of it. What studio would you handle the animation? For me, I'd love a Destiny anime taking place during the Dark Age, animated by Madhouse.
I really want Metal Gear Solid live action, or even just a movie or
That's a
anything.
good choice because I would watch that out of because like I never played it, but I'm really interested in the world. You know.
Just some good anime espionage. They could even do it like that, and I feel like that would go crazy.
Give me Street Fighter and
Oh my god, he's locked the fuck in on this fighting game. Mark, Evo really changed him.
hey, I'm plat 4 right now. Golden Ghost says, do y'all like BBNO dollar signs music? Or it's baby no
No,
money, right?
he makes decent music, but goddamn,
He's
he's
okay, but
gotten
like I
he's
hate
gotten
the
so oversaturated. He's like
yeah,
the most normie core meme like
I'm from the internet.
Twitter user.
Like
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, I'm kind of with you.
I'm sure he's
Like
a cool dude, and I'm sure, and obviously he makes pretty decent music. But god damn. Also, every single time I see him, he's like doing like something where he's like, haha, gay people. And it's like, I'm sure he doesn't mean
I'm an
anything by
ally.
yeah, he doesn't mean anything by it, but he's like, I'm an ally. And it's like, okay, man, I I get it, big dog.
Yeah, I think he's
He,
kind of corny. If that's the word we're kind of looking for.
he's
I think
super
he's kind of
corny.
cornball.
He's
Well,
super
I mean,
corny
like
and not
he does have
in
some
the
decent music. Like I have heard some of his music, and it's not bad. But like, it's like the
he's a little corny.
yeah, he just kind of tilts me for like unknown
Baby no
reasons.
baby no money. We think you're cool, but you're pretty corny, big dog.
Uh, Zoe with the last question says, "Blue ulti tier list go."
S tier, Minecraft Steve. The rest of the tier list to L tier.
I think they meant Final Fantasy.
Oh, ulti tier list? Oh, that's easy. DSR is easily the best. That is like the peak of storytelling while also mixed with interesting and fun mechanics. And also P6 and P7 are just so peak. Like Dragon King Thornton is just the best final phase in my opinion. And then Double Dragon P6 might as well be like a super ultimate. Oh, it's so fucking good. Probably one of my favorite mechanics in the game is the Aquamarine from that going into like Hot Wing or Hot Tail, and then you have to mix the basic Nisi passes to like do the. It's just S tier. Um, Probably second best for me is T. It drags a little bit in the middle, but I really enjoy Perfect Alex as the final boss because it's just fun and it's like a really really good like don't choke check in like the most fun way possible, and also like that enrage is this peak gaming. I love Perfect Alex, and then UCOB is always really fun and silly and goofy, and I love UCOB, and then the rest suck. And that's my ulti tier list. Also, Fru is the worst ultimate.
Well, that'll do it for the GG Over Easy podcast, the Q&A episode. Next week, I'm gonna try and get us a guest lined up for our guest episode strings. If there are any guests you guys would like me to try and reach out to, please reach out in the comment section and reach out to your favorite creators as well. Thank you guys all for listening and hanging out. Thank you guys for putting in all those Q&A questions. We really appreciate it. We will be back next week for some more podcasting.